Bobby, kind of unusual this season. Actually, I don't think it's happened before that you guys are blessed with the ball at home. But you're still able to make those counter-attacking moments really count. What do you like about the team's performance today? And in the end, score-wise, well and wise, a big issue.
Yeah, you got to look at some games a little bit differently sometimes, and just look at the history over the last few games with Halifax, where we've dominated a lot of the play and the possession, and they've been able to hit us on the counter-attack. So sometimes it's not a bad thing to flip the script and do that, and in many ways make the opponent feel comfortable, but really it's uncomfortable for them. So we're happy we scored 2 goals early in the first half. We've created some good opportunities, and then again, we've created some good opportunities in the second half, and you got to find different ways to win as a team, and that's important. And there's certain moments in the season, if you look at our history, where we'll do something a little bit different, and that only helps you in the long run. Because today the most important thing for us was 3 points, so to make sure we stay on pace with the top of the table. So again, that was important for us, and mission accomplished. 3 goals, 3 points, shutout in the goal, so we're happy.
And it seems kind of wild to think placing first in the goal of the season was against Halifax in the reverse fixture, and now I think he's done 8 in CPL action, at least 10 overall. Again today, makes it look kind of easy, but he's making those really dangerous runs consistently. What have you liked about his progression from maybe the time he scored that first goal to where he is now?
Yeah, I think you mentioned it there. It's his movement. If you look at the movement and you see the zone where he scores that first goal, it's excellent. And it's not only the goals, it's some of the other plays. He's again gotten on the end of a header in a good spot. And the mark of a guy who's going to score goals, or any striker, male or female, it's about where you get, and it's about getting to the right places. And if you do that enough, because sometimes you're going to have to get there 10 times to get the big quality opportunity. It's when you don't do it and you don't repeat it where you're not going to have that success. And right now he's doing it. He's doing it quite often, and he's finding the success in a small percentage. And what I mean by that, it's not taking him 10 opportunities, it's taking him 2. So we're happy with that. It's great for him as an individual. It's great for the team, and it's given us a different dimension in being able to do something like today, where we've given up a little bit of the ball and created space in behind the opponent's line, because not only is his movement good, but his pace is something that the opponents have to watch, and that stretches the lines and then allows different things to happen in between.
Last for me, a player maybe hasn't been making as many headlines lately, but your captain, Tom Becker today, again in terms of that transition play, the balls he was playing, pretty tremendous. How important does he remain to this club, and how crucial is he in the way you guys performed today and over this last stretch?
Yeah, I think he's played some of his best football in the last few games. Outside of the Canadian Championship games and so on. But you look at the last 3 games. I think he's been great. He's had a very good influence on the game, and players require that. Because players will go through different phases, and he's been good for us. But he needs to be able to make an impact, and he's making an impact in these last games. So that's always a positive thing at this moment. And you look at this game, and we're missing some quality players, and I always bring that up, not as hey, this guy was missing or that guy is missing. It's more we don't talk about them, and that's the quality of Forge. That's always been something that we pride ourselves on. It's okay. Benny's out, Para's out, no problem. Terran Campbell's been out for the majority of the season, no problem. We're going to go out there and we're going to go about our business and get it done, and we're not going to discuss that in a negative way, but only in a positive way towards what other players can bring to the pitch.
Coach, congratulations on the win, 25 points. You keep surprising us. You have too much patience, and as you said, no matter who's down, you always find the right guy to do it. Example, Poku, at the beginning we go, wow, we don't have no offense players. Now we see Poku, one of the big surprises of the team. You mentioned that we have a few players down. Any update on Garvin, Para, and the other guys?
Yeah, Garvin is fine. He's coming out of the match there, just precautionary. But from what they've told me, everything will be okay with him. Para is missing today's game, obviously through cards from last game with Cavalry, so he'll be back into everything. And then Benny Vanga is getting assessed on a daily basis, just with an upper body injury, but he shouldn't be out long. And Terran Campbell's back in training, so He's fully back into training, so that's a positive thing. So slowly we're getting fully healthy, which is important because we're coming into a stretch in the month of August where we have a lot of games. We've got a few midweek games, a game against Halifax that we have to make up, Canadian Championship later in the month, and you put in the league games, and I believe it's 6 or 7 matches this month. So it's an important month, very busy. So we need to make sure we've got everyone prepared. It's good for Nana to get a lot of minutes today, and also to reintroduce Cisse back to Tim Hortons Field.
Are you happy that Nana finally came out with the first goal? If the team plays a little bit different, I know we're used to Farah, Badibanga. Today we saw Nana, and we were able to see a little slow down the left side. But finally he came out with a goal, and the most important is the win. But how do you see it behind the bench?
Yeah, it's a little bit different because you have Malik playing as the left back, and he has different qualities than Para. His job is not to get up and down the line and be really involved in the attack. So that leaves a lot of isolation moments for whoever our left winger is in that game today. It was Nana, so he had to take advantage of those, especially in the first half. We did a good job on the right wing, on the right side, with our triangles there, and we wanted to keep Nana more in an isolation situation, and it works out very well that way on the penalty that we won. That's exactly the situations we wanted. Yeah, but it's a different mix when you mix different players. If there's more of an attacking back that's coming forward, that looks a little bit different. Here he had to do a lot of the work on his own on that side. But overall it's good. This is a player who's come here now. He's been here for a little bit over the month, training, trying to get himself fit. Remember, most players will have 6 to, or at least in this league, most teams 10-week preseason to get themselves prepared. So this guy is nowhere near being fully fit, and when that happens, that's going to be a little dangerous.
One final question. Today your goalie, he was impressive. A good break for Chris. Any word that you can make?
Yeah, I think I said it, week after week. We have this interesting situation where we've got 2 excellent goalkeepers. One is doing fantastic in Kalongo, and then Jassim is being, excellent in training and in his moments in the game. So for me, I've always tried to find the moments to make sure that he's playing as well, to keep them both engaged, because goalkeeper is a little bit different than playing in midfield, where you can sub a player in the 70th minute, 60th minute, rotate guys. Goalkeeper, it's more about getting a rhythm. Playing in those matches. So right now we've got 2 keepers who both are doing, outstanding in training in the games, and that gives us a lot of confidence in how we select going forward.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Okay.
Hey, Bobby, congrats on the win. I'm just curious to know, how maybe what you were seeing, and also essentially having, some of the defenders of Halifax kind of kept creeping back into it, but, as you say, you guys did kind of keep them under wraps, especially access to that.
Yeah, it's simple. Most of their high-quality opportunities, I may be mistaken, come after the score is 3-0. So it's only normal at that point. Doesn't matter what's going on in the game, that those are going to occur. Before that, there wasn't many high-quality opportunities. There was possession. But here's the thing. You need to know as a team, if you're going to do this most weeks, you have to learn to do the opposite as well. So if most weeks you have a lot of possession and another team is just tracking and following and trying to keep the spaces, as most teams do against Forge, our team's got to be able to do the same thing, and that's something we talk about in training. That's something we talk about if we want to implement something like that in the games. So then the players are comfortable. There's a couple of adjustments we have to make in the first half, just shape-wise, and then at halftime, just to watch certain areas, and I think that helped us quite a bit too in keeping a good structure. And you do that always for the purpose of creating attacking situations. So even when we think of our defensive structures, it's all based on how we create an attack out of there. And I thought it worked well in the moments we needed it to work. And in a game where you go up 3-0 at the point we did, sometimes you just got to do what's right and see a game out and move on to the next one, and allow the opponent to exert as much energy as they want to try and get a goal.
Yeah, I just feel like there's really clinical building difference today, so I imagine a guy like Kraft Plasticoki could turn in almost any opportunity, give him an extra pat in the back. So,
Yeah, no, he's done an excellent job, and obviously when you got a player like that who's not only on the streak he's on, but playing the football he's on, that's exactly what you need as a team, because that can unlock a game very quickly, and it's done it again today.